Cuisinart Elemental 13-cup food processor with dicing review. The Cuisinart Elemental 13-cup food processor with dicing or Cuisinart Expert Prep Pro is a food processor for serious cooks. It gives you a lot of storage space for it, but be prepared to use all of its features if you intend to utilize it for all its functionalities. In tests it was a total success and easily shredded, diced, sliced, and mixed. If you plan on leaving the food processor on your counter, the Cuisinart Elemental 13-cup food processor has a relatively compact size despite all that it can complete. The food processor measures just 16.43 by 8.1 by 10.43 inches. However, it's important to consider that a lot of add-ons will need a space of their own on the counter. The case that stores all the sharp blades and utensils is great at keeping them together in one place. It holds the reversible shredding disc, adjustable slicing disc, dough blade, large blade, small blade, spatula, and the stem adapter. With a cover, it is lockable. The dimensions are 7.4 by 9.1 by 8.3 inches, 18.7 by 23 by 21.2 centimeters. The dicing kit from Tasty Dice provides a convenient way to dice virtually any fruit and vegetable, and it comes with a storage box. However, you must take into consideration where you will store it, as the disc measures 4.6 by 8.3 by 8.7 inches. The number of times we tested this food processor surpasses the number of slicer levels between 1 and 7. It's good at what it does. After that, we tried out the thickness adjustment, and although the scale says 1 to 7, the adjustment is instead somewhere between them, offering 20 flexible options. Needless to say, cucumber was no match for this radish, and it went through half a cucumber in seconds, making even slices with no waste. Used the small bowl and blade to chop nuts. It was a little slower than the large blade and had to make 20 strokes to turn hazelnuts into a finely chopped texture. And although some of the nuts were uneven with fine powder mixed into the mixture, it was a decent result in comparison to many food processors. Unlike dicing, the size of the dice is not dependent on the pieces coming out more like 0.4-inch cubes. The dicing is fast and effective, with some potato lodging in the blade. We set aside some of the potatoes before further dicing. Spinning up was not difficult at all, and we made zucchini ribbons and carrot spaghetti. It really is worth noting that the pusher has to be positioned in order for the rotary machine to start spinning, hence you will need to cut foods to the right consistency. You can't be cooking an entire vegetable, say, through the blades at the top, for example. The dough blade can blend together bread dough with 5 dough ingredients, then pulp for 30 seconds at high speed, but it cannot continue to knead the dough. If you leave it mixing for too long, it may give rise to violent shaking whenever the dough is kneaded by hand. In that case, the leavening agent ought to be mixed or kneaded well before planning for use. The noise meter maxed out at 86 decibels on some of the test strips, but since this food processor is fast, the noise naturally self-cancels out before the noise meter reaches the maximum reading.